Alex, a passionate historian, had spent years studying the history of an ancient civilization that once thrived in a secluded valley. Over time, his fascination grew into an obsession, fueled by a rumor of a long-lost manuscript said to hold the secrets of that civilization. A manuscript written by an old scholar who vanished under mysterious circumstances. One evening, while browsing through an old bookstore in a forgotten part of town, he stumbled upon a dusty journal containing notes that hinted at the manuscript's location. His hands trembled as he read the cryptic clues, each one leading deeper into the heart of a dense forest. Despite warnings from friends, Alex set out on a foggy morning, determined to uncover the secrets hidden within the ancient pages. He followed the notes carefully, traversing winding paths and dense underbrush. The forest was quiet, save for the occasional rustle of leaves or the distant call of a lone bird. The air grew colder, and an eerie silence settled around him. As dusk approached, he finally arrived at the entrance of an ancient ruin, partially hidden by ivy and moss. It seemed to call to him, pulling him forward. He pushed open the heavy, weathered doors and stepped into a vast chamber, where the smell of damp stone filled the air. Shadows danced along the walls as his flashlight flickered, casting eerie shapes that seemed to move with him. He examined every inch of the chamber, his eyes scanning the faded carvings on the walls, which depicted scenes of rituals and gatherings. His heart raced as he recognized symbols from the journal, each one leading him closer to his goal. Finally, in the back of the chamber, he discovered a small alcove, and there, lying on a stone pedestal, was the manuscript. Bound in worn leather and bearing the unmistakable markings of the ancient civilization, it was more than he had ever dreamed of. As Alex reached out to touch the manuscript, he heard a whisper, faint but distinct. He turned, but no one was there. Ignoring the strange feeling, he carefully opened the manuscript and began to read. The pages were filled with drawings and notes that described rituals, lost knowledge, and even spells rumored to give insight into the future. The more he read, the more the room seemed to close in on him. The whispers grew louder, echoing within the chamber, filling his mind with strange images and symbols. He felt a cold hand brush his shoulder, yet he saw no one. His pulse quickened as he realized he might not be alone. But curiosity drove him onward. As he reached the final pages, he discovered a warning left by the scholar, a caution against delving too deeply into the secrets held within. The scholar had claimed that those who sought forbidden knowledge would pay a terrible price, bound to the manuscript for eternity. Suddenly, the ground beneath him trembled, and dust filled the air as stones began to fall from the ceiling. Alex stumbled back, clutching the manuscript, his heart racing as he realized the ruin was beginning to collapse. He turned to flee, but felt an invisible force holding him back, as if the manuscript itself refused to let him go. Desperately, he dropped the manuscript, but the whispers only grew louder, filling his mind with images of the ancient civilization, of lives lived and lost, and of rituals he could scarcely comprehend. The force intensified, drawing him back toward the pedestal. As the walls closed in, Alex made one final attempt to break free. With all his strength, he wrenched himself away from the manuscript, dashing toward the exit as the ruin collapsed behind him. He barely made it out in time, collapsing on the forest floor, gasping for breath. But as he lay there, he felt a cold presence nearby. Turning, he saw the outline of a figure, translucent and ancient, watching him with hollow eyes. It was the scholar, or perhaps his spirit, bound eternally to guard the manuscript's secrets. "Why did you seek what was forbidden?" the figure whispered, its voice filled with sorrow. Alex could only stare, paralyzed by fear and regret. He understood now that he had unleashed something beyond his control. The figure vanished, leaving him alone in the darkening forest. Alex returned to the town, but he was never the same. The whispers followed him, haunting his every step, filling his dreams with visions of the ancient civilization and the forbidden knowledge he had glimpsed. From that day on, he was a man haunted by secrets he could never share, forever bound by the curse of the lost manuscript. And as the years passed, he became part of the legend, a reminder to those who sought knowledge beyond their understanding.